Namaste. Today's topic is head, heart, and happiness. Listen to this quote, please. "And if a thing is true to the heart, it avails little that reason should give it the lie." That's from H. Rider Haggard in his book, The People of the Mist. "I am truly ugly," said Justine as she sat down in one of my office visitor chairs. This statement seemed patently untrue as I looked at her. Now, she was not a raving beauty like Beyonce, for example, but she was not unattractive. However, I was taken aback by the vehemence of her self-attack. I could only manage to say, "I don't find that to be the case at all, Justine." One always needs to be careful as a life coach about calling anyone attractive or not. It might be misconstrued at any time, especially if the one being coached is open to transference or is looking for a romantic attachment to the coach. "I have been ugly since I was a child, never felt any way other than frightful." Of course, there was the foundation of her problem. Someone had constantly and consistently told her she was unattractive during her childhood and perhaps into her teen years as well. The thought had seeded itself deep into her psyche. "No one has ever told you that you are pretty?" I asked, already knowing what the answer must be. "I don't look for compliments or flattery, Dr. Bob. I know how I look," said Justine. This meant that she went beyond thinking she was ugly. She actively discouraged compliments as ways others might have of manipulating her. What I knew that she did not was that the longer she kept at this insistence that she was unattractive, the more she would actually grow into that countenance. As Abraham Lincoln famously said, "Everyone over 40 is responsible for their face." Here was a case where reason told the truth, but emotion overruled it with a lie. Justine had been bombarded with the ugly view from as early as she could remember. Her parents, especially her mother, who it turns out was actually jealous of her child's good looks, never ceased to remind her that she wasn't as pretty as her older sister or younger brother. She was often called the ugly duckling of the family. This emotion stuck in Justine's personally held psychological profile. No amount of people now telling her she was attractive was going to convince her what to do for her. I knew of no experts nearby or anywhere for that matter that could help her. I could only try to show her what beauty experts believe make many people attractive. That is symmetry of facial aspects. Justine's body was also attractive. However, it is usually the face that gets the person's own attention and judgment as to whether they find themselves fair or not. So we did online search as to what experts think makes for a beautiful face. We soon found several websites that showed how symmetry and distance between eyes, etc., make for a lovely face. As Justine was watching the screen, I could see she was actually absorbing the information. We looked at website after website that showed how to measure one's face for such aspects. Justine asked if I had a ruler, which I did and handed it to her. There was a mirror on the back of my office door to which she went and measured her eyes and other features reflected there. She was very quiet during this process of self-discovery. She came back and sat down again across the desk from me and said, "I never saw that before." She said it in almost a whisper. Justine placed the ruler on my desk and rose from her chair. As if in a fog, she walked toward the door, opened it, and was gone. I actually held out little hope that she would truly and lastingly be affected by what she saw on the websites and in the mirror. Such deep-seated emotions are extremely difficult to overcome, even with the aid of reason and truth, even staring it in the face via a mirror. A week to the day later, Justine knocked on my office door totally unannounced. To say she was looking different was an understatement. There was an impish smile about her face, and she radiated a kind of confidence that was missing the week before. She looked happy. "Justine, welcome back," I said. "How are you?" "I am pretty," she said with understated confidence. I couldn't resist, so I said, "I told you so." "So you did, Dr. Bob, but of course I simply believed you were humoring me. After our session together last week, I went home and pored over websites about beauty. I'm so happy you put me onto this. Finally, truths made me realize I am attractive, and what I have thought all these years has been a figment of my imagination born out of childhood browbeating." It was enough to set Justine on a new and truthful path. Such paths help you move toward happiness. What are the facts in your life? Find them, follow them. Give up neither emotion nor reason and truth. May you and all sentient beings know happiness and the root of happiness. Namaste.